Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to give you a quick update on a couple of things that have happened since my last video. I've installed the two Tesla chargers. There's one to the right here and another one to your left. I'll give you an overview of those in just a minute, but first I just wanted to talk to you about my new toy. So my Rivian showed up a couple weeks ago, and one of the first things that I did was I took it to the paint protection shop. So it came in on a Thursday, and Friday I took it to the paint protection shop and got it paint protected, the whole thing. I did not get the matte finish, as you can probably tell, but the paint protection really came in handy this past weekend when I went for a drive up to Canada. And the bugs that were on the front of this were just unbearable. It was extremely buggy going up through some of the forest. So anyways, it rained a few times and the bugs actually, most of the bugs washed off. I have not washed this at all, so I've got the ceramic coat on this, which really makes it nice. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Seattle Clear Bra, who did my my PPF, and they did a great job. By the way, this is not a sponsored video, so that is just a free call out to Jorgen, who did a great job. So one topic I just wanted to quickly cover: if this video, if you find this video useful, and please feel free to like and subscribe, and it will help the channel going forward. So getting back to my charger situation. So the last video I was looking at two chargers. I had a little bit of a tough time finding a second Gen 2 charger. My best advice to you, if you're going out looking for a second Gen 2 charger, is do not go on Amazon, do not go on eBay. I placed an order on Amazon, and what came in the Amazon package was actually a Gen 3. So I had to actually pay to get it shipped back. Even though I've got Prime, I had to pay in order to get the charger shipped back. And I talked to the merchant. He said he would refund me the whole thing. Anyways, long story short, that did not work out, and I actually had to end up pay the shipping. The second one is, pardon me, it wasn't eBay, it was Walmart. I went on Walmart.com, and one of the merchants there said he was selling a Gen 2 charger. So he had a picture of it. He had the serial number, the model number, and everything. I ordered that. About 5 days later, it showed up. Again, it's a Gen 3 charger. So for those of you who don't know, you don't pay $800–900 for a Gen 3 charger when they're $400 on the Tesla website. So just fair warning, make sure you get the right generation Tesla charger if you're going to do any type of setup like this. Anyways, I now have my two Gen 2 chargers set up. They're in a master-slave mode, so the master is over here and the slave is over here. I've got a 60 amp breaker, so I've got a what I call a home run coming out from the house. I've got a separate garage situation, so I've got a home run coming out from the house, dedicated home run for a 60 amp in the house, and it comes out to a breaker box here. And the breaker box here, the way I've wired it is I've wired both of these chargers off of that breaker box. So they both have, what did I use? I used 6.3 going to each of the chargers. And once I wired up the chargers, I had to wire up an 18.2 dual wire, just to control the master-slave situation. It is not a wireless master-slave controller. You have to put a small, a thin wire that connects the two chargers. Not an electrical wire, it's a low-voltage wire that connects the two chargers just to control that master-slave situation. So anyways, the first charger here, I'll show you, is beside the breaker box. And what we have here is a Gen 2 charger. The breaker box, as you can see, I had to pull away a little bit of the wall and put some conduit in. The one thing that I would highly recommend if you're ever going to tackle this is when you're using 16.3, use conduit that's at least an inch. I used 3/4 conduit, and it was a tight fit getting the wire through there. So if I were to do this again, I would pay the extra 60% roughly cost in order to get the 1 inch conduit through there. And anyways, the everything's wired up, and this conduit goes over above the garage, and you can see it coming down over to the far side beside the Tesla over there. So that's the way I've got that second one wired. The first one is wired from the box in the wall. So I just wanted to give you a quick demonstration of how this works. Even though it's a 60 amp circuit, it is going to charge at 48 amps, and it's going to split that 48 amps between the two vehicles if the two vehicles require charging. So if only one vehicle requires charging, it will ramp up to a maximum of 48 amps on that vehicle. So just a quick demonstration of how this is going to work. All right, I'm going to grab my charger here. And it's just unlocking. Now I'm going to plug it into my Rivian. And we're just going to go inside here and take a look and see what's on the screen. All right, let's give it a moment. Here it is. Okay, so we got the 48 amps down here, and we've got 9 miles, 13 miles, it's ramping up, 15 miles, 16 miles, 17, and so on. So I don't have an awful lot. I'm just topping this up. So while that's running, I just want to run over to the Tesla and plug the Tesla in just to show everybody how this is splitting the power. So I'm going to take this one off the Tesla and wake the Tesla up here. Plug the Tesla in. And here we are charging the Tesla. So we're charging the Tesla at 28 amps. Pardon me. We're charging the Tesla at 24 amps. And I'm just going to jump back to the Rivian. We'll go on this side on the Rivian. Now that they're both plugged in, you'll see that the Rivian is down to 26 amps. The power sharing for the Tesla works. You'll see that the Rivian is set to 26 amps and 8 miles per hour. So that's a little bit low for 26 amps, but as you can tell, I'm pretty close to getting topped up here. I'm just going to move that to extended just to show this a little bit better. And you'll see that it's still at 26 amps. This is ramping up to 8, 9. It'll probably get up to about 11 miles per hour once it gets going here. So anyways, that's the quick demonstration. I just wanted to follow up with everybody on how the Rivian and the Tesla are both charged on 2 Tesla chargers. This Electron adapter works great. I know there's a Tesla tap adapter that does very similar things that have got good reviews as well. So if you've got any type of situation similar to mine, if you've got a Tesla, whether it be a Model 3, Model Y, Model S, Model X, and presumably some of the future models that are coming out, the Cybertruck and the Roadster, the new Roadster, this situation should all work. But like I said, the catch is to find that second gen Tesla charger. I ended up finding mine on Craigslist. And before I actually went out to pick it up, I had the guy send me a picture of the side of the model. So you can tell it's a Gen 2 on the side. The Gen 2s will have the reset button, and it'll be a specific model number on the Gen 2s. So I'll put that model number in my description. But yeah, that finishes things up. I hope that was helpful for anybody. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I will address them as quickly and efficiently as I can. Thanks.